What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Set the Bars. It's the show with hot takes and even hotter men, and we are here to talk about some fucking music. I am Daniel, and we are here with Ethan and Matthew. Say what's up, fellas.
You're
my beautiful
What's
co-hosts.
good, my slimes?
Anyway, so before we get into our music for this week, I want to talk about a few things.
You can't just move on from that.
I think I can.
Okay.
So first of all, Kendrick Lamar is Not Like Us, the final diss track he released on Mr. Aubrey Graham, is continuing to break records. First of which is being the fastest song this year of any genre to go platinum, achieving it in 12 days, which is kind of wicked. Also, it's the fastest rap track ever to get 200 million streams on Spotify, beating God's Plan a second time, because it beat it to 100 million streams as well, getting 200 million streams in only 19 days, when God's Plan got 100 million rather, in 14 days, which is kind of stinky and balls.
Sorry.
And I want to talk about the arch nemesis on the podcast real quick, a man by the name of French Montana. So I was looking through my ratings, making some revisions and whatever, and I looked at Mac and Cheese 5, which is currently our lowest thing we've ever reviewed. We all gave it 1s, and I was like, wait a minute. Does this album have any redeeming qualities? I feel like 1 is too nice. I re-listened to it, realized there are like a couple of feature verses that are alright, one that is good, and some of the beats are good. And that is it. So I revised my rating to a 0.1 out of 10.
Nah.
Those are its only redeeming qualities. I think a 0 only goes to an album that has no redeeming qualities. So that's what I'm going with, and I highly suggest my fellow co-hosts to skim through that album again and also revise their ratings at some point.
So you mentioned that, right?
Uh-huh.
After you told me that you changed your rating, I did
tell Matt off the pod.
I went back and listened. And I was like, I see it. I'm not giving it a 1. I think that's crazy. Like it's really bad, but 1 is kind of crazy. I'm giving it a 0.3.
Okay.
Still in the shit, but like, not a 1.
Yeah, I understand. All right, now we can move on. We're gonna go back to our original formula of doing the new music before our album of the week. So let's start with some singles. Do you guys want to start with the game trying to keep diss tracks like a thing?
Yeah.
So the game dropped Freeway's Revenge, which is a diss track on Rick Ross because Rick Ross stole his name and persona after a famous criminal named Freeway Rick Ross. And he was making fun of Rick Ross for being not actually a real like gangster or anything, which is true. And yeah, he cooked him up. The song wasn't that good.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny. The bars were good. I didn't like the sound of it at
there's a
all.
spider in my room.
But like,
he just came down and threatened me.
But like the title's interesting. I mean, I don't like how it sounds at
he's
all.
dead.
The bars are pretty good. Also, his impression of Rick Ross is pretty good.
The ending was fire. That
When he goes
bar was
bouse,
fire.
and also
Bouse.
wide back music.
That's crazy.
That shit was so funny.
I mean, it's deserved to make fun of him for being fat. He calls himself Ricky Ravioli.
He does call himself Ricky Ravioli.
Ooh.
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
No, I said ooh.
Oh, I thought you said who.
I just had a good idea of McMatty Ravioli.
Okay.
Mick Oli. Mick Violi. Mick Rav.
Mick Violi.
McRav.
Mick
Rav. Also, one of the bars was to Little Bill and his fabricated fairy tales, which is crazy because Rick Ross's government name is William.
He's,
So he's
not
Bill.
little.
He's not little though.
That
Anyway,
was on the album cover.
Let me
that
see.
shit was butt.
Let me see if I have any other notes on that one. I just wrote like, why did he diss him?
It did come out of nowhere.
I go, it's a diss. I don't know. What did he do to you?
I think he was he's laying in bed thinking about it. He's like, man, I need to do
Man.
something.
Man, that fat fucking Wingstop guy. I also love how
listens
just
to
half
the
the
game?
song is just Wingstop.
Yeah,
like,
he makes a
jokes.
lot of Wingstop references. It's pretty
It was funny though. It was.
Who listens
yeah,
to the game?
That's what I'm saying.
Now, nobody.
It was silly. It was goofy. It made me laugh.
All right, what
Who are
track
the
do you
game?
guys want to cover next?
Let's just keep the dog shit train going. I don't know about you guys, but
Let me one
this
sec.
Post Malone song. What do we think?
Post Malone and Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. What's it called? I Had Some Help.
Yeah.
Oh, once.
While you look, I'm gonna just give my thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I found my shit. I couldn't find my notes.
I don't like country. I'll preface this with that, right? But, I think Morgan Wallen clears Post Malone on this. It is his own territory, but just sonically, I like how he sounds on this way more than I like Post Malone on it.
Interesting. I actually disagree. I've liked maybe.
I haven't
a
listened to any Morgan Wallen. This is I just know who he is.
I've liked a Morgan Wallen song before, and I like the tracks that he's done with Lil Durk before. I like those tracks. However, Post Malone has such a good singing voice. He has just such a good voice in general.
Yeah.
I think I like how Post Malone did more than Morgan Wallen personally, but overall it's just kind of decent. I mean
That's fine.
The chorus is catchy. It's okay. It's okay. Like I don't have it in my playlist or anything, but like it's passive. If somebody played it, I wouldn't get upset about it. You know.
It just works, honestly.
Yeah. I think Post Malone's going into like getting ready for a country album, which would be interesting.
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. Ethan, any other thoughts?
I'm a Dan. Post Malone is better.
Okay.
Oh, God, he is. I don't fuck with Morgan Wallen. There's something about him. I don't know. He's just too big for me, I think.
Like
Okay.
physically, like Rick Ross.
Like
Yeah.
like Ricky Ravioli. More dog shit. This Ice Spice song.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm Miss Poopy like I need a diaper. She must
Give me a
have
light.
she's got to have a poop fetish. She talks about poop and shit and fart in every single Are you 7?
Give me a light.
It was funny the
know
first
what?
time. The think you the shit bitch, you not even the fart. That was kind of funny. But since then, she's like, I'm Miss Shit, I'm Miss Bitch, I'm Miss Poopy. Stop talking about poop, you freak.
You think she goes to the deli?
I think she shakes ass.
Shaking
in it.
ass in it, yeah.
The poop deli.
Oh,
God, the poop
gotta
deli.
get
She
a little,
probably
gotta get a
does.
little poop scoop.
But I'm still shaking ass in
She
poop deli.
probably has she probably funds it. She's probably a
runs
distributor.
it. She probably owns it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I have not enjoyed a single Ice Spice song ever.
That's crazy.
Not one.
Uh,
I've listened
there
to
was-
I think every single song she has out, and I do not like one of them.
I like
What
Princess
about, like-
Diana.
Princess Diana's all right.
Which one had the SpongeBob beat?
Oh God, Bikini Bottom.
Bikini Bottom. That was
I
a
hated
fire
that,
song.
bro. I hated that shit. That shit was
Why?
so goofy.
There was another one that I liked before Princess Diana.
Munch.
No.
She has that one song with Lil TJ, Gangsta Boo. That song's ass.
I don't like that one.
Give me a
Don't tell me
light.
it's Bikini Bottom.
I don't think it's Give Me a Light.
Why,
Yeah,
give me-
I liked Bikini Bottom at the
Yeah.
time.
Oh God.
I like Deli. Deli good.
Deli's good.
Boy's a Liar
She's
remix.
got some hits.
The Boy's a Liar Part 2 is pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I don't go back to it. I mean, that thing, first of all, like, in my opinion, it's mid, but it was also so overplayed.
Oh yeah, very overplayed.
Which doesn't usually bother me, but when the track isn't that amazing to start with, it bothers me. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, let's go to Black Eyed Peas, El Alpha and Becky G with Tonight.
I did not like this song.
It was such like a basic like.
It was such a
club
generic
track.
pop song, yeah.
Yep.
I
literally
wrote
what I
so
wrote.
This shit is ass, Lamau.
The only part I like is when he's like, tonight, tonight, tonight.
I hate it.
I didn't like anything
That was
about
Will I
this
Am who
song.
said that part, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
They were kind of cooking though.
I wrote
I
that this feels like
disagree.
something a douche tuber would have as their outro music.
Yes! Oh my god, that's so accurate!
Like the fucking beat, like this is some shit you hear, but like the fucking like animated like
And I'll see
name
you
jumping
in the
out
next
at you.
Video.
Yeah.
This is like an intermission song on stream.
Yeah. You put that on your Be Right Back screen.
Yeah, with like a fucking animation of your name, like in the 3D space and shit. Oh my god, this shit was
I want to
bad.
move on to something that actually, surprisingly, I enjoyed quite a bit, which was Long Live OG Clay by T.I. and NBA Youngboy.
Yo, that shit was so good.
This song was surprisingly very good, and I think Youngboy,
Youngboy had me
did
floating, bro.
quite a bit better than T.I. on this track.
Youngboy, just at the beginning, bro, I started floating.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That shit was gas.
The beat was great. I think it did the basic piano trap beat
Really
the right
well.
way. Also,
Yeah.
you know what really made it? The trumpets.
Mm-hmm.
The trumpets made the beat for me.
That
on
shit was gas, bro.
It was good.
You want to just start going down the list?
Do you wanna talk about the Larry June track? Meet
Oh,
me
fuck.
in Napa.
Yeah.
What did
We
you guys
gotta
think
stop
about this?
listening
Okay.
to this guy, bro.
Okay.
But
I
Imported
thought it was-
Couches was good though.
I thought it was good. I thought it was chill. If you put this next to 4 other Larry June songs, I would not know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, they all sound very
And
similar.
that is my gripe with Larry June and a lot
Stop
of these.
saying gripe.
A lot of these alchemists. Fuck you.
Expand vocabulary, bro.
That's my gripe with a lot of these like alchemists produced
yeah, like
rappers.
Goldie James.
Yeah, they all sound the same. Like when we went back and listened to that
Fucking
Boldy James thing
James.
last episode.
Fuck that shit.
That's the
God.
same. He bro's making the same music for 15 years.
It's actually so bad.
That shit was
Here's
ass.
the thing, though. It's a formula that has potential to work every time, but it doesn't. Because sometimes you get a track like Imported Couches, which we talked about on the pod and we all enjoyed.
Yeah.
But this, like, here's the thing. He needs to stop singing. I hate Larry June singing. His voice is already pretty boring, and his flows are always very lazy and, like, tired. But it works sometimes. Stop singing. Your singing voice is terrible. And the beats are always so good.
Yeah.
Also, one of the bars, he said, boyfriend blowing up your phone, no, he hella hot. Okay. Okay,
All right, Larry.
Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence. Lawrence June.
Lawrence June, you bastard.
let's We
what
got,
else?
the big hit Boy and Alchemist track that I didn't actually write the name of the track down on my notes accidentally. What was that?
I have
It is
it.
titled as Foreclosure.
Yeah, foreclosure.
Foreclosure, right. Beat was great. I did not like this big hit guy rapping. I don't like his like
Me
yelling,
neither.
angry delivery. at all.
This sounded like you got the backstory of a villain. Like
Yeah,
this is
kind of.
this is showing how he got to where it was. I could respect what he was doing. I'm never coming back to this song.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about it.
I can't casually listen to that, bro.
it's not good.
It's no.
Speaking of not good, Key Glock, the greatest.
What?
It was.
I like that
decent.
one. Yeah, it wasn't
it
bad.
was decent. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great.
It was boring.
Exactly, but that's not bad.
It was
Yeah.
okay. It was not good.
It was mid.
Decent.
It was mid.
I've heard many better Key Glock songs in my time.
That's
haven't.
fair.
You got to listen to Dirt. That song's good. Anyway. What else do we got? T
That Megan
Grizzly
Thee
and
Stallion
Future.
song. What about that Megan Thee Stallion song?
Oh yeah, we could do Megan Thee Stallion first. Boa.
Turns me on.
Okay. Okay. Good for you. Music video was great.
I didn't
My
watch
favorite
the
One
music
Piece
video.
It
character.
was actually very cool. But for me, it just sounded like any Megan song. I don't hate Megan Thee Stallion, but I feel like she just suffers from that situation of like kind of making the same song a lot of times. Like this was
Yeah.
okay, but like the beat was not really interesting.
I thought the
her
beat was
flows were
boring.
like good. They usually are, but like it's just she just doesn't change much.
I thought the beat was boring and I didn't like the chorus.
Yeah. I don't know, I think we just have T Grizzly, right? And that's the last one.
Well, that Future song you said, right?
Yeah, well, it's T Grizzly and Future.
We have some more.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
wait.
let's talk
Yeah,
about
okay.
that.
We'll talk about this one first. We got Swear to God, T Grizzly featuring Future. I think Future does really well. T Grizzly does all right. The
T
Future
Grizzly
verse is all
carried.
right. I feel like it was kind of mid.
I liked T Grizzly on it.
I like T Grizzly.
Yeah,
I love T Grizzly.
it was alright. I don't have it in the playlist, but it was alright.
Respect.
Alright, which one do you guys want to tackle next? Oh, you know, one
Meet
track
the
that I didn't end up
Sixers,
peeping
bro.
because I just forgot about it till just now was the Big X the Plug song.
Yeah, Meet the Sixers.
Meet the Six.
Yeah, I did not
I
listen to
fucked with that one, dude. I like that song.
That shit was tough. I
That
like
shit
Big
was a
X.
banger. He was going crazy on that, I can't lie.
My brother.
My brother. And then I think we have a few more things, unless I'm tripping.
I don't think
you're
so.
Tripping.
Hold on.
I do
Maybe we
not
just move
believe.
on to the project.
Well, there was like Rich the Kid Bandman was on the list. That never came out.
It was on the
right?
list. It came out yesterday.
Okay. There was a
Okay.
Future mixtape, but that never came out.
That never came out, but he has
I have-
tweeted yet again that it is on the way.
I have 3 other things I listened to this week that weren't on
Okay.
the list. Camila Cabello dropped a song with Lil Nas X.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Is that for this
Oh,
week?
damn.
Yeah, that's for this week.
You sure?
I need to
Yeah,
listen
man.
to that.
All
Did,
right.
did you hear she revealed that on her album there's going to be a song that is literally only Drake and not her?
That's fine.
That's weird.
She produced it.
I don't know. But she said because
Hey, she
she's
got a-
selfish and wants to hear Drake on her project.
She got a Drake feature. Good for
Okay,
her.
okay, Camila, he's a pedophile.
We did it without a Drake feature.
Wait, what song was that? That was Mac Miller, right?
Yeah.
That was funny.
But yeah, I like the song.
Here we go.
It's definitely, I definitely prefer, I love it, but this one was good. I mean,
That
It's
sounds like recipe for a solid pop song. I
yeah,
like
it's
Lil Nas
her
X.
it's her lane of pop, and it came out pretty good. I think Lil Nas X was a good feature.
Yeah, Lil Nas X is one of my favorite pop artists right now.
Then I know I texted you guys last night. There was an Only Chapter song. I liked it because it was not like a song like "Slut Me Out." He said slutty
nice.
things.
Okay,
But
it
it
just
was
didn't
like-
sound as slutty.
It wasn't like "Slut Me Out." It was like kind of, to me, reminiscent of like his fucking like when he was all up on his spiritual shit in terms of the style.
Did he make good music in that era?
No,
No.
it's just like that.
No. Only picture me graping.
Picture me graping, yeah.
Raping.
That and then Ski Mask dropped a song.
I forgot to listen to that one.
It's
So
on
did I.
it's Ski Mask on an opium beat pretty much. It's like very
Is it-
metal
is it
guitar.
good, though?
See, the thing for me when Ski Mask does these like rage beats, I feel like his voice doesn't work on it a lot. And this one it kind of did. So I was fine with it. But I just can't help but feel like if this was just like a song from like an opium artist or someone that is strictly doing that shit, that it would have been better. It's not bad. His flows are good. It's just that I think his voice doesn't fit on that type of beat.
That's not very promising considering the first single that
Yeah.
for whatever this upcoming album
Yeah.
was not good at all. I don't even
This
remember
one,
what it's called,
this
but it
one was
not
not
good.
bad. This one was decent,
Okay, that's
in my opinion.
somewhat promising. I mean, hey, Utopia's lead single was K-pop, so
True.
you never know.
Indeed, you never know.
Anyway, which project do you want to talk about first? You want to just talk about the shortest one? We got 21 Harold
Yeah, let's talk about that.
with
Let's get that out
Sick
the
of
way.
Myself. Who
All
wants to give their
right.
general thoughts first?
Let's get into this shit, dude.
You want to go first, Matt?
Not a fan.
I
There
can agree.
Every song I like is because of, it is either mainly or exclusively because of the feature.
Okay.
There was one song that was just him that I was okay with. I don't remember which. It might have been the first one. But like besides that, I can't give you points because you got bodied 3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
This might be too harsh, but because 90% of this is him and I really didn't like it, I'm giving this a 1.9.
I
I hated this.
I don't think that's OD harsh.
I hated this.
So overall, I liked one song on the entire project, and it was
Yo.
it was Sundown featuring
Yeah, Sundown was good. I liked
'Cause-
Sundown.
because
and
Mr. Harold.
I liked the one with G Herbo.
Oh yeah, one in the head.
But Sundown
No.
was definitely unequivocally the best.
G
one.
Herbo is ass.
Sundown, I think Harold did all right and Jid did very well and carried.
Yeah.
However, I disagree, and I don't think anybody did well on One in the Head. I didn't
I-
like
Really?
21 Lil Harold. I didn't like G Herbo, and I did not like Quavo on it at all,
Damn.
I don't know, man.
personally. And yeah, no, I didn't like anything that was.
I
by
fully
himself. I got a
agree.
full sense of security from the first minute of the album.
first
The
song.
first half
Yeah,
of the first track
facts.
was good, but the second half of the first track was terrible. So
Yeah.
I literally wrote like, that's my favorite style of production, and then it just went
and then
so
he switched
downhill.
it and made it shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
so-
it was destined to fail.
Making it properly rated relative to previous ratings, I'm locking in a 2.6 out of 10 on "Sick of Myself" by Mr. Lil Harold.
Okay.
I guess I'll go. I don't even think JID did that good. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? I
Well,
liked
he
his
starts.
verse.
Okay, he starts off very slow and then builds into it,
That's
and it
true.
gets better.
That's true. The verse
Like
gets
the first
better.
like 20 seconds, I was like, ugh, and then like it got a little better. But Baby Boy, I can't believe I had to sit through that song. That was something crazy. Brother made that,
Yeah,
kept
that
it in
one
the
was
vault.
that one was really bad.
He had
Holy
that in the
shit.
vault, and then his girl heard it. It was like, you better release this one.
Like, bro,
And-
you
I
got
don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a 2 flat. That shit was. I did not. Actually, no, that's not even fair. It's a 1.5. There was not a single song I liked. on this.
1.5. Oh my god.
There's not a
that's
single
fair.
song that I liked. All the features were not that good. The only reason it's
Oh,
over a
shit.
1 is because of JID.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed with One in the Head. I was really thinking G Herbo and Quavo would bring something good, and they did not.
I don't like G Herbo that much.
In my opinion, I don't.
I thought
mind
Quavo
him.
was fine.
I don't listen to him that often, but
Me neither, but occasionally he'll do something I like. Like I always come back to this song when I'm talking about.
I know what you're gonna
G
say.
Herbo. But
The
the
Juice WRLD
track he
one.
did with Babytron on the Lyrical Lemonade album, I return to a lot. Actually, Equilibrium. That's a very enjoyable track for me. And he has plenty of other features on songs that I like. Like, I don't know. Like when he does drill stuff, I think it's usually pretty good. But yeah, I'm not the biggest G Herbo.
I really thought you were
Fair.
gonna say PTSD.
I mean,
When you were-
I still do return to that song
PTSD is good.
occasionally, but it was very overplayed when it first came out.
yeah.
It
But
was.
It's still an alright song.
I turn the
I like when Chance the Rapper goes, "Game stop." That's my favorite part of that
I
song.
forgot about that flow. At the
Anyway.
game stop.
All right, what project you guys want to tackle next?
Honestly,
one of the bad ones.
the
Were
let's
there
do the
other
Gunna
bad
one.
ones?
There was one that I didn't like as much
there was
as the other.
there was
Oh,
one
yeah,
I
well,
really
I
didn't
could-
like.
I could tell you what my second lowest rated one was, and we could go with that if you guys
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
That would be unfortunately.
Yeah,
Actually, no.
let me
Yeah.
let me
Never
see.
mind. There is a bad one that I just forgot about. That would be One of One by Mr. Gunna Wanna.
Okay.
The only thing that I wrote in like my overall notes for the album was pretty butt. 3.7 out of 10. I just wrote pretty butt.
Respectable.
Anyway, what do you guys think?
You doing?
1 second, pulling up the track. Wait, I don't have my notes open
I should pull up the track list too.
because my notes for the singles and.
Matt, when you lean over to like type and whatever, move your mic like closer to your face, because you get very quiet.
How about now? How about now? Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
All right.
Fuck. Let me pull up.
Wait, did you give it rating, Dan? I wasn't listening.
Yeah, 3.7.
Damn, I feel like that's low. I don't know, I thought it
I
was
feel
pretty
like that's
good.
low too.
I liked like I enjoyed like half of them,
What?
and there were like 2 that I really liked. 2 or 3 that I really liked. So I think I'm gonna give this. There was pretty solid. I feel like there was no beat that was bad. Most of the rapping was decent. There were some times where like the hook and the verses were really really bad.
Yeah.
Like really bad, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, man! Like I can't listen to Gunna just like
Oh,
saying
no.
this. Like, there's certain flows that he can do.
How
and
are
then
you gonna make a song called "Neck on a Yacht" and release it?
Neck on a Yacht was gas though.
Neck
No,
on the
it
Yacht
was
was
not.
fire. I love
It was
Neck on a Yacht.
fire. What? It was
No.
actually
Yo,
gas.
That's in my.
It was
that's
actually
in my
gas.
top 3 for the album.
I literally
It's in my
wrote- I
top
wrote-
3.
I mean, it's alright on like maybe 10 tracks on
You're
this album.
bugging, brother.
Exactly.
Neck on a Yacht was fire, bro.
And
Neck on a Yacht was fire. I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it. I think this might be like the perfect definition of like a 5 flat.
Really?
I respect
I think
it.
this is a pretty mid album. There was nothing crazy, nothing like too shit. I didn't mind listening through it.
I did.
That's actually fucking crazy, Ethan.
Oh, jerk me
I
off.
gave a very similar rating. Alright, let me read off what I got here. So I wrote, I agree. Beats were pretty good. Some of the hooks are catchy. I don't think anything on here is really horrible. The thing that kills it for me is a lot of it is forgettable. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Also,
there
the
are
fact
songs that I really
every single
like.
song sounds like the same song ever.
There are songs that I really like and songs that I'm gonna come back to, like "Neck on a Yacht," but
I can't believe you guys like that song.
like all of
and
the beats to
Hakuna
me,
Matata.
and
Oh,
Hakuna
no.
Matata, yeah.
Matata,
That shit was
Hakuna
fire.
Matata was good.
And that, but like the thing for me is that like it is just the same type of beat for the whole album, pretty
Yeah,
much.
for 20 tracks.
Yeah, so it's so similar that it like melds into one big song, and it just feels like he's playing it safe, you know.
I get what you're saying.
I'm giving it a 5-1.
Ooh.
Really? See, I liked a total of 5 songs on this album. And I don't think I loved
I liked a
any
decent
except for
amount.
maybe WhatsApp. I like that track quite a bit.
Coming back to that, I'm honestly
It's pretty good.
not crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm not
Also,
crazy
I
about
think I took like a few bits of credit off for on Trio. He said, "Take the nut out the pee hole."
That's a bar.
Yeah. I have a bar too, brother. The bitch drank in me, she a fish on still prevail.
Wow.
For me, the fact that Trish was a thing.
Trish was terrible.
Trisha.
The only thing that I liked about Trish was the Trisha ad-lib. That shit was hard.
It
But
was
the rest
just- it
of the
was
song
so
was
funny.
terrible. The
It was
rest of the
so
song
funny.
was terrible. I'll
From
tell, you
my
guys,
no-
I'll tell you guys what songs I liked. I liked WhatsApp, I liked Hakuna Matata, I liked Prada Dem, I liked On One Tonight, and I liked Clear My Rain, and I didn't like any other song.
Crazy.
I don't think he does good on Clear My Rain, and that's the style that I don't like him on.
I think it worked.
Yeah, no, from my notes I can tell that I liked On One Tonight, but I don't remember. So,
All I
I'm
heard
also-
was pretty solid.
you guys all listened to this recently. I listened to this like 2 weeks ago already.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't remember. Maybe 3? Wait, when did this come out? This came out
like
the 10th.
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, I must have listened like 2 weeks ago then.
What shall we cover? Do we want to just like? Should I just keep going up from like lowest to highest rating that I gave?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Next up, I have Ghostface Killer with
Yeah.
Set the Tone,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses.
That was
This album-
unfortunate.
Was disappointing to
Yeah.
me because I mean Ghostface, let's be real, Wu-Tang legend, but the album just wasn't. It didn't
Good.
blow me away. I liked. Let's see how many songs I liked off this bitch. 6 out of I think it was like.
I liked, I
there
think,
were, like,
6
3
or
skits, so I
7.
think like 16 tracks that were actually songs, and
Oh, I actually liked way less.
I was
I
gonna
liked
say,
4.
Yeah, I think there was
Really?
like 3.
the production I think was good on pretty much every single song. I think Ghostface on almost every song has very good like those strong, aggressive, like yelly type flows.
Mm-hmm.
And the features half of the time do really well, half of the time do not. But the songs that I didn't like weren't terrible, you know? They were just like, if you get what I'm saying. And the ones that I liked quite a bit, and I will return to quite a bit. So I decided on a 5.3 out of 10 for this
I
album.
did way lower.
Really?
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. I think everything after the Kanye track was a snooze fest.
Kanye track was a snooze fest.
The Kanye track was a snooze fest. Everything after and including was bad.
I disagree.
The first half was like, I guess the first like 6 tracks. Not even, like the first like 4 were like, I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then the rest of the album happened, and I did not like it at all.
I have to agree.
Wow.
So for me,
I'm the odd
giving
one out. I
this-
feel like Matt.
I'm giving this a 2.7.
What?
Oh,
A
fuck it.
2.7?
I really did not like a good majority of this shit, which sucks. It's sad to see.
2.7
But
is insane.
I only enjoyed 4 fucking songs.
I mean,
Of
I like
a 16 song of a 19 song album.
It's 16. 3 of them are skits.
Yeah.
The worst part is I'm leaning towards Matt's side. There was like barely any that I liked. I liked the Nas feature. Most of the time, I just don't like Sir Killa. Like I don't know.
Really?
I'm not a
liked-
big fan of his voice for the most part.
I like his voice.
Well, you probably want him to talk dirty, do you?
Nope.
You know what's crazy? I specifically noted that I didn't like when he was doing that on those 3 tracks that he did that.
Yeah, I
literally
didn't like.
I wrote, on Plan B, I wrote, I don't need Ghostface Killer rapping about passionate sex.
The singer?
And then, hold on. And then on Bad Bitch, I wrote, still don't need Ghostface Killer talking about passionate sex. And then on Touch You, I wrote, please stop, Mr. Killer.
That might have been one of the worst 5-track runs like I've ever listened to.
Yo, the one
I agree.
like yo, I really
It
thought
was
about
so
what I
bad.
was doing with my life when Plan B came on.
Oh, God.
Bro, the singer and him talking
Yeah, I
about
was
like
just gonna say, this Harley motherfucker who was on like 5
Horrible.
tracks is terrible.
I was
auto tune is
I
so
was-
he sounds like Trolley Travis when he's on like the auto tune.
Actually,
I was-
like, how
I was
are you-
cooking
how are
while
you
I was
from,
listening
how
to
are
it,
you
and I
from
was getting so
Wu-Tang
angry,
Clan and you have
bro.
that shit on your album?
Yeah, this
That
is
was
bad.
sad, bro. Like the
To wrap
fucking-
it up, like Ghostface Killer does in the album, I'm giving it a 3.8. I'm in the right column. Wait, no, I am not.
You're
I
in the
cannot
left.
believe
Left to
our
middle,
disagreements on those
and then
past 2
Daniel's
albums.
I just like the thing is, from Cape Fear down, the only song I liked was Trap Phone.
Trap Phone was good. Which one was Cape Fear? Was that the Kanye one? Oh no.
No,
I see.
Kanye was 2 ahead of that. I Champion Sound was decent. The Kanye one was good. I didn't like Kilo
I
in the
like
Safe
Champions.
that much. Scar Tissue was good.
Yeah, after Champion Sound, I only liked Trap Phone and Yup.
Yep was okay. The female was decent. I said Ghost is meh. The hook was terrible.
Yeah, this was. There are very few moments here that are enjoyable for me.
I like Trap Phone. Whoever was mad, I forget who it was, but
Chucky
the melodic.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
Chucky
he
Hollywood.
kind of he was reminding me of some Cloudy Nueve type beat. He was mad like melodical.
He cooked. Oh my god!
I
passed
really,
away.
I
liked what he
I
did.
can only see myself coming back to the first 4 tracks on this album and like nothing else.
I didn't even like the first track.
I didn't even like 6 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, no. I liked Pair of Hammers, Skate Odyssey, Scar Tissue, Champion Sound. Trap
Skate
Phone,
Odyssey
Yup.
was probably my favorite. I really
My
liked the
favorite
beat.
was easily Scar Tissue.
easily.
I mean,
Scar
I
Tissue.
really like the
Yeah.
production on Skate Odyssey.
I like the production on the entire album.
Yeah, it was pretty good for throughout the most of it. I never like took off points for bad shit besides the auto tune,
Oh god.
Yeah.
but I don't
Alright,
know.
So we got 2 albums left. Moving to the my top 2 of the week, and
Same.
I'll agree.
I guess it's not gonna give away you. It'll give away to you what my highest rated was, but not to
I
the
think
because
it's
they don't know exactly what we're
probably-
talking about. But what we're gonna be talking about: Conway the Machine's Slant Face Killer,
Yeah.
which is
I'm
very
shocked.
funny that happened to come out the same day as an album from Ghostface Killer. I mean, we've been praising the shit out of him, Benny, and Westside Gunn since we started the podcast. I think the production is good on pretty much every song. The flows and rhymes are good. He keeps the Griselda sound that we've already like reiterated a million times that we love. I even considered it to be a disappointment only
Yeah.
because of what God Don't Make Mistakes was, his album in 2022, which was a masterpiece. But nevertheless, I still gave it a 7.2 out of 10.
That is a fair rating. I think that's probably gonna be similar to mine. There were
What did you
like
give it, mister?
three. There were like 3 tracks I think out of the 14 maybe 4 that were just like, I literally wrote that one of them was filler. That's how you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, but there was like 4 that were just so bad, and they were all in a row too, which made it really bad. And
True.
I don't know, the first like 10 were, or no, sorry, the first 8
First
from
8.
Despertar
Very good.
to Vertino were so good.
Very
And then
good.
10 Riot at Surf and Turf was just so butt. Like all awe. So I think I'm gonna give it just based off like the numbers, like the ratio. I think it's gonna get like and there were some very high highs. I think I'm gonna give it a 6-8.
Okay.
Okay.
Before
Respect.
you hop in, Matt, I just have a quick question based off what you said. You didn't like Dasani or
No.
Raw?
No.
I did not.
No.
Dasani is my filler track.
Oh, I liked Dasani. I think Conway trying a trap record was kind of a cool idea.
Raw was mid. The hook was shit. The beats forgettable. 10 and Raya, like the 2 separate tracks. Raya was fucking atrocious.
Raya was abysmal. 10 was
10
shit was so
10
bad.
10 has nothing to note, but it's just like not good.
yeah.
Okay.
Top 3, are we still doing that?
If you want.
I may have to give it to, I think, Milano Nights,
Yeah.
Meth Back, and maybe Muddy, or Give and Give, or like the Fighting for Third.
Give and give for me.
You know what's crazy? Muddy was one of the few tracks that I didn't like.
It was
And I
decent.
usually like Stove God.
I remember
I did
liking
not
it.
like Muddy.
All right. I got some gripes, Ethan.
Fuck
I got
you.
some-
Use
I
any
got
other
some-
word.
I got some issues with this album. There you go.
There you go.
Issues. I enjoy a lot of this, but I have some issues.
There you go. I like how
So
you
I
allocated
want
think
to
for a
say
second.
it so bad, dude. All right. Okay, so for me, there are a handful of songs where the production is kind of questionable. So for me, like, fucking Dasani, what was that? In my opinion,
I love that track.
I hated the production on that. Like, okay, like it feels like obviously it feels like it's purposely annoying. You know?
Kinda.
Where have I gone?
Oh, you
Am I-
have frozen on
frozen?
Discord.
What the fuck? Oh, are we back?
Oh, he's back. He's back.
I don't know what that was. Okay. All right. I'll just leave.
Bro, I have some gripes with your camera.
Sorry. Another thing is that and we've established on this podcast that I'm a bitch. Some of these songs are like way too long, in my opinion.
Facts!
Oh,
no,
okay.
facts!
Okay.
That I understand.
Because I have to put this out. 10 Raya, peak dog shit on this project. It's 6 fucking minutes!
That's
Yeah.
Why?
To be fair,
Why?
it was two songs in one.
Why did that motherfucker need all that time?
This is not Prom King.
That little bastard. This is not Prom King, exactly. And then, the worst part for me is that, like, those first 8 tracks are so fucking gas. And then the lows are so low for me. That
There
it
were
takes
really not that many tracks that I
it
disliked.
takes away. It takes away from, like, that enjoyment a bit. For me, excluding, I think, the one, like, skit. Right, there was a skit.
The intro was a skit.
The intro, yeah. Excluding that, I liked 8 of the 13 actual songs.
Wow.
I just the ones I didn't fuck with, obviously 10 Ride, Dasani, Raw. I didn't like Karimi, and I didn't like Surf and Turf.
No, I was just gonna say you better not say that shit. Surf and Turf was easily one
like,
of the best
that,
tracks
like-
on that album.
That like
It was,
5.
Surf and Turf was good. It was just too long for me.
Yeah.
Bro.
So that
I
like
can't
5. Those like
believe
5
you.
tracks for me.
And I liked Karimi.
Those
I liked
5
Karimi
tracks
as
for
well.
me, like, it was really those first 3 out of that 5 were horrible. The other 2 was just the length issue that it felt like
Surf and Turf was
it
bad
was just
long.
running way too long.
Excluding the intro, there were only 2 songs that I didn't like.
Mm.
Muddy
That's not
and
that different than
obviously 10 Raya.
Really Muddy?
Yeah.
I
liked
didn't
Muddy.
love Muddy.
I liked Muddy.
But so for me, my top 3 are Give and Give, Muddy, and Vertino.
Like, why does Surf and Turf have to be 6.5 minutes long?
That's what I'm saying.
It's got mad men on it, bro. Like
Okay.
me. What?
Absol didn't even live up to my expectations.
I think Absol.
But like, yeah, I don't know. This was like it's fine. He definitely can do better.
I'm so upset right now.
That sucks.
Stay mad.
6.2 out of 10.
Oh,
Wow. All right, let's talk about album of the year. No, I'm kidding. But let's
Yeah.
talk about the
No,
best
true,
album to
true.
drop recently.
album of the year.
Almighty So 2
Yo,
by Mr. Chief Keef.
shit was so good.
This album was so fucking good, bro.
I'm gonna glaze, bro.
Bro, the production was great. Also very impressive considering he worked on the production of every single track himself. The tracks feel a lot shorter than they are, despite all of them being like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And it's just full of complete bangers. I'm giving it a 7.3 out of 10, just
I
above
like that.
Conway. Tied with Might Delete Later, which I enjoyed quite a bit.
I like that. I like that. I think if I have this, okay. If I could go back and erase my memory and listen to the intro again, I would. The intro,
The
oh my
intro?
god, it's
No.
it's
And
so.
I'm gonna be the killer of the
goddamn
mood real quick. The intro was one of the very few tracks that I did not like
Nope,
on this album.
nope. You're
Yo.
just wrong. Like that
Bro,
one,
it
you are
takes-
just wrong.
It takes
That's
so
crazy.
long to start,
That's-
and it's
that's-
literally
Exactly.
like
Bro, that's
Oh.
the build up to the
that's
drop
in
is
top
cool.
5, brother.
The build
Come
up
on.
to the drop is cool, and
That's
the
in
drop
top
is
5.
cool. But Chief Keef's rapping on it is worse than pretty much every single other track on the album.
It's a
Nah.
banger.
You're tripping.
It's a banger.
You're tripping.
There were
Nah.
2 songs I didn't like on the album.
Bro,
and that
2
was
to
one.
1. You're cooked.
What was the other one?
Treat Myself.
That's fine.
And
That's
also, obviously, I don't have
respectable.
the skit in my playlist. I don't have the Jesus.
Yo, Jesus skit was funny as fuck.
It was funny.
That
I
shit
like the
was-
skit. I didn't like Jesus that much.
That shit was, yeah. The skit was
I
very
didn't-
funny though.
Also, I have something written down in my
The little
notes.
Nar feature was just weird.
No, I thought it
I
was.
liked
thought
it.
it was solid.
I
Yeah, I liked it.
I just don't really like Lil Nar.
I'd never listened to him before this.
He
feature.
had one song with like Lil Skies a few years back.
Yeah,
and
that's why I know him.
Yeah, same.
I have
wasn't
something
crazy
written
about
down
it.
in my notes. Never fly here. I wrote rape bar is insane. So I need to go look at what that says.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like she wanna have sex. I said no, then she raped me.
Oh yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? That is what it was.
It was something along those lines. I remember. I don't have it written down, but I do remember hearing
He's
that. and I was
such
like,
a
"That's interesting."
menace to
That
society.
song was gas too.
That song was gas. Quavo did good.
Yeah, Quavo did his thing.
Nah,
Oh my
I think
God.
this is getting a 7.5 from me. I can't
That's-
lie.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
haven't looked through my other ratings, but just like the way 3/4 is good out of
This
10.
is currently probably a top 3 album of the year for me right now.
It is easily.
It might be number 2. It's like with Might Delete Later. I don't know which one I enjoy more, but I
It's
like
not
both
better
of them.
than
a
Blue
lot.
Slides.
No, it doesn't beat Blue Lips at all.
It doesn't beat Blue Slides, the one track.
Yeah, the one track. There are many individual tracks that are better than this entire track list, like fucking Yearn 101.
Yeah.
But not to discredit this album. First of all, before anybody says anything else, 1, 2, 3 was the best track on the album, and you can't tell me otherwise.
One sec. Let me look.
1, 2, 3. That song
I liked Runner a lot.
Runner was really good.
Runner
that was one
was
of the best
really
beats, too.
Yo, I
good.
just got so scared, bro.
Street
happened?
Runner. I was
Like bachata music just started playing. And it sounded like it was coming from my room, and I was looking around. I was like, "What?"
Brothers
Chief
waltzing.
Keef.
That was terrifying.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that the Sexy Red and Tierra Whack
Hold up.
features were pretty good?
Pretty good.
Yo,
yeah.
Tierra Whack one was fire.
The Tierra
They
Whack
were
feature
both-
was gas, and the Sexy Red feature wasn't bad.
It was
Okay, I'm not
it was
sure.
alright.
The music is right next door. Holy shit.
Also, it
Tierra
took her
Whack was-
surprisingly long to say the word coochie.
yeah, that's shocking.
It took her like
Ish.
maybe 20 seconds.
Hmm?
I was saying it took record time for Sexy Red to say coochie, like 20 seconds into the verse.
It's fine. It was fire.
Yeah.
Did I get my
Damn, bro, this shit was good.
No, not
Fuck.
yet. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm also pretty high up there. I'm giving this a 7.4.
Ooh,
Okay. 7.3, 7.4, 7.5.
we
Yeah, man.
finally agree.
The
Yeah.
the first part of my review says this is Phonem Radio on BD.
It is.
It is Phone M Radio.
A lot, like, I think all of the features, even the Lil Nar one, which I wasn't crazy about, they do their shit. Production was really good. The Jesus skit was funny as fuck. A lot of... I think Ethan is literally on point with 3/4 of this being very good. Yeah. W Project, Chief Keef.
Yeah, G Herbo and Quavo saved their good rapping for this project instead.
Yeah, and then 21 Lil Harold was like, hey.
Well, who the fuck is 21 Lil Harold, bro?
Yeah, true.
Like,
I don't think
how
they'd
did
be
he
putting
get
in
a
their
Jid
best work
feature,
for him.
bro?
and Quavo and G Herbo. This man must be
Yeah.
like, he must be breaded up. Like, how does he
must
have enough
be
money to
a
afford
plant.
that?
Yeah,
And it's a
word.
bad one at that. Cooked.
I'd like to. I have some questions. I'm looking at my notes. I didn't really like Grape Trees.
Oh no, you're wrong. Sorry.
Am
I wasn't
wrong?
crazy about it, I'll be real, but
I might have to go listen back.
It is
'cause
a rare instance of a sexy red W.
I wasn't crazy about it, but it was tolerable for me. I'm just not
It
crazy about
definitely
Sexy
wasn't
Red.
like one of my top songs, but I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, no, my notes
'cause when
aren't harsh. I
when
just
I
said
was
it was
looking at it,
funky.
it was like, all right, we got the two female features, we got Tierra Whack and Sexy Red. Tierra Whack cleared for me.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Tierra Whack is just a better rapper than Sexy Red. It's not really that hard.
Are we done with our new music
Literally,
Friday?
my notes for 1, 2, 3 were no words, just a perfect banger.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
1, 2, 3 is easily my favorite tracks. 1, 2, 3 and Never Fly Here were my top
Yo,
two
it
for
was
sure.
the fact that like it was like a mix of like the glow trap shit and like something that you would never think you'd hear Chief Keef on.
Yeah.
Fire,
Also,
bangers.
I wanted to note, I was wrong. There was a third track that I didn't love. Believe.
Yeah.
I didn't love Believe either. But he did have one really good bar. I was panhandling before I started handling with the pan.
Like that's a banger.
What about
Yeah.
told the bitch I don't want her pussy? The bitch proceeded to rape me.
Yeah. That's
How
the
I
one.
taste? She said I taste sweet. Brother still asking?
The
Crazy.
songs that I don't
Yeah,
have
that's
liked
crazy.
on here, excluding the skit, I'm trying to sleep. It was fine. I don't think I'm gonna come back to it.
I didn't like Prince Charming.
I was fine with Prince Charming.
I like Prince Charming. I thought it was.
I didn't
good.
like Believe, and Drifting Away was fine, but I don't think I'm coming back to it.
Pretty long and mid.
Yeah.
I like Drifting Away.
And Grape
because
Trees. I just
Put the
I
beats.
prefer Tierra Whack.
Put the beats on ya fella. Now you name Fruity Loops.
That's a banger.
And also think he going nuts, but he going almond milk.
Yeah, that was something.
That's fire!
That, I
That,
was like,
yeah,
God.
that's on the song that you said you're never returning to. I was defending that song.
That's
Which one?
fire!
It is Drifting Away.
That's fine. Don't gotta come back to it because of one bar.
Yeah,
Two.
man.
Two.
Sorry.
No, I like that song. Also, Rack Stuck in
Two!
the Couch,
It was two!
which was removed
It was
from the
two!
final version of the album. Not that good. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't as bad
'Cause
as
he
the
didn't
three that I
produce
didn't
it.
like, but it was worse than everything else on the album. But I'm not counting that towards or against the album because he removed it from the album. But it wasn't a great track. Anyway,
Now let's talk about peak music.
let's head over to our new Music Friday. This is by far the
Our
most
album of the
notes
week.
I have written. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. This is by far the most notes I've written for the tracks on an album. I actually think the most notes I've written on an individual song has been surpassed, which was previously held by These Walls, and it is now Count Me Out and Mother I Sober. I wrote so much for.
Let me
Obviously,
open
we're
up
not
the
going to go through
genius.
everything, but this might be one of those album of the week segments that goes on a little longer than usual because of how
We
much-
bang it out in 30 minutes.
That's fine.
We bang it out
yeah,
in 30 minutes.
Yeah, we
minutes.
bang it out.
We could do it. We could do it. So we covered Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It was my decision.
Indeed,
Mr.
we
Kendrick
did.
Lamar, because it had turned 2 years old semi recently, and Kendrick is kind of a hot topic
goat?
right now. So I'm just gonna give like the general notes I wrote for the album, and then we could get into the nitty gritty of some of the tracks after we all do that. So, first of all, the production is pretty perfect throughout most of the album.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ideas and storytelling are peak. The flows and lyricism are, again, it's Kendrick Lamar. They're about as good as it gets nowadays.
True.
The tracks do not sound any amount similar at all. They're all very, 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 very different from one another. And the idea of each disc representing a therapy session is such an interesting concept. And the whole idea that's brought up, or like that's more blatantly explained in We Cry Together about tap dancing around the conversation with like those tapping sound effects throughout the album, like exemplifying the ideas of the Big Steppers half of the album, which is the first half, and like not directly facing problems is just so genius to me. And I didn't even understand that that's what like the tap dancing meant, and that's what the stepping sounds were.
Dude. God bless you.
Until re-listening to this album. Bro,
thank you for informing me.
Now this might be you guys might see this as a glaze, but I do not see much wrong with this album. There's only one song that I don't return to on a normal basis, and everything else is so peak. I'm giving this album a 9.3 out of 10.
That's not a glaze.
You don't think so? Okay, I'm glad you don't think that's a glaze.
You want me to give mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I agree. Lyricism unmatched, so gas.
Mm-hmm.
The production, so gas. The vulnerability. Oh my god.
It's so personal.
It's so personal. So like I never, when this album came out, I never listened to it like just sitting down in full. I don't listen to tracks like from like fucking playlists or something, or someone told me about it. So this is my first time actually fully listening to it, and I can understand the narrative of people being like, this is an album that he had to make.
Yeah.
Like once I came in and I remember that, I was like, yeah, I see it.
Especially like that whole concept of like the breakdown of the savior complex that's like built up to like that climax like halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
But like all the features, in my opinion, add something that makes the songs incomplete without them. Like I feel like they all have a place on their respective track.
There's
Even
one
the
feature
songs that I might not come back to as often are just, they're all quality. Every single song is quality. The only issue that I could say I have with the project, and it's not even really like an issue, it's just like kind of an observation. I don't think there are as many songs that you could just like put on a playlist and listen to casually as some other Kendrick albums.
That's true. The album, it's similar to like To Pimp a Butterfly in that sense. To Pimp a Butterfly has All Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of it in like what you would expect to be like on a Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't agree.
But
I mean, there are definitely way more tracks.
I have a lot of T-Pab. I have a lot of T-Pab.
Has like Silent Hill and like Die Hard and N95.
Yeah.
Also, Ethan, may I ask, is the feature that you don't like Summer Walker?
Nope. It's on that track though. I think. I think it's on that track.
I do not like.
Yeah, it's on that track. So.
You don't like Ghostface Killah?
Nope.
Really? You know the interesting thing about that? Purple Hearts is the only track. That's the track that I don't return too much because I love it.
Purple Hearts is the only one I don't have added to a playlist.
And the only thing that I enjoy about that song is Ghostface Killah.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like the song.
It's not a great song.
I thought both were fine.
Slow.
I thought both were fine. It's just compared to the rest of the album, it's something I'm not gonna.
It pales in comparison. But
yeah.
Matt, what was your rating?
I'm giving this an 8-9.
Okay. Yeah.
Because for me, like I said, I know there's stuff that like you might not be bumping on the daily as much, but the fact that like a lot of these songs show like maturity, it just like it doesn't like the fact that they're not like playlist worthy doesn't take away from the fact that they are all great. Like something like Auntie Diaries, you're not gonna be fucking listening to that while going to school, but that's
another one of the
it's
tracks.
So good to just see like the growth, maturity, just the fact that
even
like,
a song like Purple Hearts has like some good meaning behind it. It's just not a very
it's
enjoyable
like it's all
song.
like this, bro. Like this is art, bro. Like it's
100%.
so good, and like it's amazing album. It's just I would probably give it like in the 9s. I am just docking the points because there's some. It's not as much stuff that I would listen to on the daily.
Yeah,
but like I said,
hater.
Does not take away from the fact that all of this is gas.
Ethan?
Is it my turn? Oh yeah.
Come on.
I have some gripes with your statement, Dan. I don't think that this is like T-Pab in comparison to like playlist potential. I think T-Pab is so much more metaphorical and it sounds good that you can like actually put them in playlists. Like I have most of T-Pab in my
I have
playlist.
a good
Oh no, that's not what I was saying. I have literally every single song on To Pimp a Butterfly and every song that I like, which is just everything but Purple Hearts, on Mr. Morale in my playlist because I like listening to those songs. I'm saying like you wouldn't expect to see on a Spotify, like on Rap Caviar.
No, I think TPAB you easily can because it's so much more metaphorical. Most of the messages are like hidden in the word.
Yeah, I guess you could bump these walls.
I think you
easily exactly.
I think you could just because of how
same
more,
thing with like
vague it is.
Hood politics, how much a dollar costs. All of those are so much more like vague.
I think
but
how much a dollar costs is a little more blatant. But
yeah, but I think there's more.
If you're not listening, you don't pick it up at all.
I think on TPAB there's more room for interpretation, while with this it is
Mr. Morale, it is straight up like he is saying.
I mean,
most of it.
Nobody, unless you're in a somber mood and you just want some like background music that doesn't have a lot of energy to it. That's the only situation I could ever see somebody casually listening to Mother I Sober.
Exactly. There's only a few on here that are like playlist potential.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact of how fucking good it is.
Yeah.
I can't justify giving it less than one of the first albums we ever listened to, The College Dropout, which I gave a 9. And I can't. It's not worse than The College Dropout. So I think I'm gonna have to give it a 9 too.
Yeah, I think that's
it slots in between Illmatic and The College Dropout so well when it comes to like.
I think that's fair. That's a respectable take.
Because I gave 9.4 and a 9. Like I can't give it worse than The College Dropout.
But you also cannot put it above Illmatic.
No, I can't. Because Illmatic, every single song is in my playlist besides like one.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. There's so many songs on this album that are so good.
All right, before we get into the nitty gritty stuff, do you guys want to give like a top 3?
We should give a bottom
for this for Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's hard.
I have a top 3.
I can go first.
I have one.
I could do a top 3.
First of all, my favorite track on the album is quite easily United in Grief.
100%.
But after that, I think it's gotta be like Father Time and Count Me Out.
Yes, bro.
Oh my God, but Savior. Oh, but Savior and Savior Interlude. All right, that's my top 5.
I think Savior Interlude.
Mirror.
United in Grief number 1.
Okay. Fuck. Oh my God.
I think Savior Interlude might be in my top 3.
You know what's crazy? I actually wrote this in my notes. Savior Interlude is one of my favorite Baby Keem songs ever.
Who's the best feature?
Savior
not
Interlude
counting Savior
so
Interlude.
Not counting the interludes. I think the best feature probably goes to. I think it's.
I
either
have very
gonna be,
strong opinions.
Fuck. Hold up.
I think it's either Blast or Kodak.
I was gonna say
Kodak
I think it's
really
probably
on
Kodak on Silent Hill.
I
Although
like
Sam Dew on Savior kills it.
Fuck, man, I like Blast on Die Hard. I like Sampha. There's so much. Oh,
yeah, Sampha's shit on Father
Time
Time is great
Oh
as
my
well.
God. Yeah. Fuck. I
But
don't even
Kodak
know what
Black
I would
goes
say.
crazy.
I think it's
Black
gonna be
has never made a
Kodak
better
because it's the
song.
most
Kodak
shocking
Black
thing.
had the rent due, bro.
Yeah, the most shocking thing in rap music history was that happening, and then Kodak Black having the best verse on a track with Kendrick Lamar. Because I genuinely think Kodak's verse is the best part of that song.
It's up there. I mean, the whole song is good. I like
Yeah,
Silent Hill a lot.
100%.
Yeah, very good. My top 3, I really like United in Grief, but
Everybody does. I think that's.
I
was
think
both of our number
for my
ones.
top 3, my top 3 would be Father Time, Savior, and I really think I'd just come back to Mirror more.
Mirror is so good.
But honorable mentions: United in Grief. Fucking. Oh my god, this is so hard.
It's such a good track list.
United in Grief, maybe Die Hard.
Die Hard's good.
And
I died.
And oh fuck. Oh shit. Probably Silent Hill.
Oh,
Silent
Worldwide
Hill is so
Steppers is so good too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
Worldwide
my
Steppers.
God. Oh my god.
We're all just walking zombies
And bro,
trying to
the
scratch that
end
itch.
of Crown, when it's like
Yo.
layering on top of each other. I can't please everybody.
That's probably the only part of Crown I like.
No, I like that entire song.
I'm not a big
love
fan of
how
Crown.
gradually it builds.
Crown is not in my saved songs currently.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
one of
that
the
song.
like 4 that I don't have saved.
I don't have that. I don't have Purple Hearts.
I don't have Anti-Diary
I
saved.
don't have.
Also, Count Me Out is
I can't bump
such a
Anti-Diaries.
good song.
Don't wanna count me out.
Yo,
One of these lives
yeah.
will
So
make things right with the wrongs I've done.
before I
That's
had
what
listened
you
to this
know.
in full, the only songs I had liked was Unite in Grief, N95, Father Time, and Count Me Out.
Mm-hmm.
And no, for now listening to the album, some bangers to have liked. Yeah, yo.
Damn, Savior is
Kendrick
such
is
a good
just-
track.
Kendrick is just so good. Wait,
The
you
album
know you
cover.
cook when every song is a contender, bro.
Exactly.
The album cover's
You know
so
you cooked
good.
when an interlude is the contender,
The album
bro.
cover is so good. Yeah, bro. Savior interlude might be like that's like a top
Fuck.
3 interlude.
That shit
Yeah.
is so gas.
Like, what
It's-
interludes are better than like SDP
SDP.
interlude?
That's it. That's
And
it.
that's
Just
it.
them two. Those are the
Yeah.
top two.
I can't think of anything else.
Also,
that
let's
would
not
be in
sleep on
comparison.
Rich interlude. That track
What
is
about-
fire.
Rich interlude was fire.
Kodak
Good-
cooks on
Kodak,
that.
yeah.
You wanna know
That's
what
some
we
like
need?
poetry shit with like the piano getting more
When I heard that, I was
aggressive
like,
towards
oh.
the end.
Oh shit.
You want to know what I think could top them?
Hmm.
If we got it, good ass interlude. Imagine we got a good ass interlude
That
with
would've
good
been
ass
fire.
intro and good ass
That would've been
outro.
fire.
That would have been gas.
Fuck, yo, imagine.
He missed out. That was such a big chance.
Big seller, dude.
All right, we need to get into some of the details about this album.
The deets.
So there is a lot to talk about. So we're probably
There
not
is.
going to touch on everything for time's sake, but like every
what are we at right
song
now?
means. So
I think we're already
much.
over an hour.
We are
Hour
already
and 1
over
minute.
an
We're
hour.
yeah, we're chilling.
But like, bro, first of all, United in Grief starting with 1,855 days.
So far.
I've been going
I've been
through
going
something.
through
Be afraid. That's so tough, but that's not what we're here to talk about. What tracks do you guys want? We can't talk about every single one, so we got to talk about the most important ones.
One from each disc. Actually, no. That's
We
dumb.
could talk about a few. We could talk about a few from each disc.
I think we could do like.
I think
As long as we don't do We Cry together.
yeah. I think okay.
That's my
Worldwide
biggest
Steppers
op.
is a pretty important one to talk about. I think. So
Yeah, I love Worldwide Steppers.
the main takeaways from this is Kendrick being well. This is for the whole entire album, to be honest. Kendrick being addicted to lust and
Yeah.
cheating on his wife a lot, and then having sex with white women as
True,
like
he does say
payback
that.
for slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Chief
And
Keef said,
which
we are
bar
getting
is
our
that?
reparations.
Wait, what was that?
The Copenhagen. Is that Worldwide Steppers?
Yes, that's World
Yeah.
Steppers.
That one was
I
a
fucking-
bar.
I love this track.
That bar hit
Yeah.
while I was taking a piss.
Also, the whole idea that like inaction against issues is just as bad as just doing the harm
Doing them,
yourself
yeah.
when it comes to like societal disparities and like
Agreed,
white
honestly.
supremacy, and how like one of the last lines is 8 billion people on earth, silent murderers, non-profits, preachers in church, crooks and burglars.
it's a bar. It's true.
It's so, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be
I
a
also love,
bystander. Don't be a bystander.
We Some Killers, walking zombies trying to scratch that itch.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite
That shit was
hook.
so fire.
Yeah, that whole that like hook constantly referencing the fact that everybody is basically a killer if you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Gotta be an
And
activist,
then just like
man.
She's a killer bitch.
looking for something to scratch said itch.
Yeah.
Whether it is fucking the white women or
Yep.
like drugs. Whatever.
What else? Do you want to do Father Time? I think that's a pretty big one.
Sure.
So Father Time is about Kendrick Lamar's daddy issues.
Who can agree?
And I wrote so much for this track. Holy shit. Basically, the epitome of like toxic masculinity was Kendrick Lamar's father.
Cook.
And he was like what was it? It was what's
And
the-
I got
what's the
daddy
fucking
issues,
bar that
that's
I'm
on
looking
me.
for? Oh, this the part he breaks my humility just for practice. Oh, this the part where mental stability meets talent.
Needs talent. Yeah.
He also says, looking for I love you, rarely empathizing for my relief, a child that grew accustomed, jumping up when I scrape my knee, because if I cried about it, he'd surely tell me not to be weak.
Be a man.
Yeah,
Man, don't
exactly.
cry.
And hid my emotions, never expressed myself. That's like the thing of toxic masculinity. Or
True.
what's the difference when your heart's made of stone and your mind is made of gold and your tongue is made of sword, but it may weaken your soul.
That's such a bar.
Bro!
That is such a
And at the end of it, he has like the beat cut out when he says, Everything he didn't want was everything I was.
Yeah.
Bro. It's so powerful, bro.
God, dude, the like tongue is sword barb gives me chills.
That
even
shit is
Yeah.
so fucking
Your
hard.
tongue
Even
is
you
made
just
of
like
sword.
saying it gave me goosebumps on my legs.
Ooh.
It's probably just my voice.
No,
It
it's just such a good bar. This whole song is so good.
really is. All right, let's move to disc 2. We'll find a couple tracks to talk. I think "Count Me Out" we kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
"Count Me Out" is like a very important track. There's so much. Holy shit. And I'm tripping and falling. That sample is so good.
Count Me Out has a lot of beat switches, right? Or is that something else? There was like one song that had like 3 beat switches. I can't remember which one it was.
No, it's not "Count Me Out." But the thing is, a lot of the songs use that thing where like it'll crescendo towards the end and it'll like build up to the end. Like Rich Interlude does that. Mother I Sober does that. Count Me Out does that. Crown does that. But like,
I love when you count me out.
I don't want to read everything because I literally wrote like an essay for this one track.
Make it into a video, man.
But
Get
like,
some views.
First of all, it starts with Whitney, his fiance, saying "Session 10, breakthrough," implying that it's another therapy session. I'm just gonna find the quotes that I noted here. And a couple of other things that I think are important. He uses the mirror as symbolism for like introspection and self-reflection. And like in the hook, he seems to be referring to himself with the word "you," kind of like he did on "You" from "To Pimp a Butterfly," showing that he counted himself out, and in the hook is mocking his past self for doing so. And he's trying to be his best version, but the way society wants him working, quote, without lifting his head up, is hindering him from doing so. And he describes the ego as the main cause of like temptations and shortcomings as opposed to the devil, and kind of says that the devil is like an excuse used by religious people who are like hiding the fact that it's actually their ego that's causing these shortcomings, which I think is a very interesting concept. His like being a very religious person, his deviation from religious ideas is very interesting and shows like a very interesting type of spiritual growth, which I want to touch on again. When we talk about Auntie Diaries, which I think is an important track to talk about. So I want to touch on that briefly, but I'll get into that deeper when we get to that track. What do you guys think about Mr. Count Me Out?
So good. So good.
I think this is one of the songs where if you don't care about the message, you can listen outside of the album.
100%.
There's so many good like hooks and the fucking
fuck it up.
Yeah, like that shit is so good.
That's the one thing about Kendrick. Everything you can bump, and then everything you can replay and learn
and
more
think about.
Yeah.
Also, I love that outro. The Miss Regrets, I believe that you done me wrong. Miss Regrets, can you please exit out my home? That shit's so good.
Yeah.
Any of you guys want to take the reins for a track?
No.
Let me pull up the list.
Fucker.
No, thank you.
Actually.
I'm okay.
By the way, this album is an hour and 13 minutes long. You like looking through like the lyrics and analyzing them and looking at some Genius annotations and stuff took me like 4 hours to get through the album.
Yeah, I think there's nothing in between this and Auntie
listened to it
Diaries
again
that I
before
care
we
to touch
started.
about.
Yeah, the only other track that I think is meaningful before Auntie Diaries is the one right before Auntie Diaries, which is Savior. Honestly, Savior Interlude as well, but I think we could talk about those pretty briefly.
Savior Interlude.
Savior Interlude, by the way, just phenomenal. The violin instrumental is great. It's just Baby Keem talking about like struggles in his like upbringing and then his transition into success, which we hear a lot of, but I think it's done very well here. And yeah. Savior is like kind of breaking down a concept that was built by Kendrick and for Kendrick in his past projects and earlier in this project of like him being the savior of like
the black savior.
Yeah, the black savior and the hip hop savior.
The rap savior. The black savior and the rap savior.
Exactly. And Savior is kind of the first time he touches on saying, "No, I'm just a guy."
Yeah.
Which is fair. He's like saying, since not just because I'm a celebrity, that doesn't mean I'm infallible.
It's just me.
Like, I'm a
Kendrick.
guy and I have to worry about my own stuff as well. But she touches on it again in Mirror. He's like, sorry I didn't save the world, my friend. I was too busy building mine again. Which is like, yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And also, one of the best produced tracks on the album, in my opinion.
Oh
Savior.
my God.
And again, Sam Du's vocals, like, on the section, in the background on the section where Kendrick was like, one protest for you, 365 for me, which is also one of the best bars in the entire album, saying, like, you're, like, thinking you're being, like, this big figure for my cause because you went to a protest, but my entire life is a protest.
This. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is
because
I also
loves
love
it.
This is my fucking reality, man.
Baby Keem's chorus is just good.
Yeah.
Sound wise.
Bitch, are you happy me?
It fits it. Like, I think the way he flows on it fits his voice so well. I don't know. It's so like satisfying to listen to his like snippet.
Are you happy for me?
Also, at the beginning he goes backpedal, what they say you do to cha-cha, which is so interesting. I didn't even pick up on like the meaning behind that bar when the album had originally come out, but he's just saying that like people are fake as hell and they will like change what opinions they're vocal about based on what other people are saying, and they'll backpedal on what they're saying, and like
to fit in.
Audio listeners, I'm hitting a cha-cha. Anyway,
that shit was kind of gas. That shit was clean.
I missed it.
You gotta
watch it in post.
Run it back. Yo!
Oh, nah.
Yo, audio listeners, you gotta come see this shit. God damn. Yo, what's the timestamp?
Hell no.
An hour and 11 minutes roughly.
Yo, make sure to come. Yo, check the timestamp. Come to the YouTube, man.
Let's talk about Auntie Diaries. Ethan, you want to take the reins on this one?
I guess so.
I guess so.
No.
Yeah, can I just be like, Matt? Actually, no, I don't want
to. Yeah, join me, man. Come on.
Okay.
No, please. Please.
Okay, let me give you a good breakdown.
So this was a diary about his auntie, right?
And he starts off, my auntie is a man now. Let's break this down.
So, according to Genius, right? According to Genius, he's actually telling a story about his auntie who is a man now. This fucking song is what made me write in my review how he's showing growth and maturity.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially with...
Are you going to say words, Ethan?
Matt's talking. I'm not going to I mean, he's literally fucking mid-sentence.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sorry.
Especially when he talks about, like, the comedic relief to say the F slur stuff.
Yeah.
Like, seeing how he could see from his perspective, like, how uncomfortable that might make someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just shit like that throughout this whole song.
It's also not like okay, wait. It's not like a common occurrence for somebody to have to deal with this within their own family. I don't know what the percentages of the population are.
Yeah, but it's not like the majority of people are having transgender families.
I think
so, like,
transgender people is like 1% in the U.S. or the world.
I feel like that might even be high.
It's probably less than that.
I think
they're
being
like...
able to talk about this for a whole track and be so mature and like I like what's the fucking word? Like turning it into words so well. What the fuck is like
another
the word
thing that
for
I think is very good about this is that in rap music specifically, this is something that is like unfortunately still pretty frowned upon. But
yes,
so he's reaching an audience that's very important to get to, and he shows his like evolution to the concept starting in 2nd grade, where he's like, I think I'm old enough to understand now, but he clearly doesn't because he's still phrasing it as my auntie is a man now, which is technically incorrect because your auntie is now your uncle.
Exactly.
And he's like,
you gotta respect the pronouns.
Yeah, he phrases things incorrectly and misgenders and uses the F slur like consistently throughout the song, showing his original not understanding to the concept and building upon his understanding, which will make it even more easily digestible for the people that need to hear these things and like learn like he did. If you get
Kendrick did this for J. Cole to tear it all down.
Yeah, on Pi. Fucking idiot.
Little bastard.
Bro, it's grippy.
So... Fuck you.
We'll talk about that song on episode 17.
There is 0.6 to 3% of transgender people in the world.
It's actually more
So
than
definitely,
than I thought.
definitely
It's probably
not
higher
a
in
common
the US.
occurrence. Well, that's
Way
just world,
higher in the
that's just
US.
world population. Probably was higher in the
Yeah,
US.
but
Is this by
Yeah, definitely.
identification, not like
Yeah,
like-
just by what you identify
Yeah,
as.
yeah, it's probably like census.
Yeah.
the amount that actually fucking like got the surgery
Got the
and
surgery.
transitioned
I mean, well,
fully
it's
is
you can
so
identify
low.
as trans and not get the bottom surgery.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That
like,
shit
it's
is
probably even lower.
expensive.
Yeah,
Exactly,
It's
that's why
expensive as fuck.
That's why you need free healthcare.
Yeah.
Well, we don't live in the UK.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I hate
Not
it over
unfortunately.
We can move and take over.
there. Yo, audio listeners, video watchers. We're actually gonna throw a coup on the English government.
All right, I'm making the petition. Go sign it.
Change.org, baby.
All right, change.org. It'll be in the link.
All right.
tree.
Anyway, so again, he ages throughout the verses with like a growing understanding, and the thing that I was talking about before, kind of like denying some of his religious ideas, was when he's at the at church with his now uncle, or was it actually no? It was with his cousin in that verse, correct?
Yeah.
It was
during Easter.
Yeah, Demetrius is Marianne now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his cousin Marianne, a trans woman, unlike his trans uncle, the other way around, was apparently very very religious, and they were at church, and the preacher was like denying Marianne her identity as a trans person.
You're going to hell. That's what he was like.
And Kendrick then realized, like, what the fuck?
Yo,
pretty much.
what is bro laughing at?
Like, when the beat starts crescendoing,
Yeah.
it starts with him saying, I said, Mr. Preacher, should we love thy neighbor?
The
Which
law
is
of the
like-
man or the heart. What's great?
What's greater? Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful lyrics. And, I think he ends that little segment off saying, that's the day that I chose humanity over religion.
Yeah.
Realizing that some aspects of religion are just like not
Flawed.
like ideas that people should follow in the
Also
modern
things
day.
that are not modernized.
Exactly.
It's like how people try to exactly interpret the fucking Constitution. It's
Yeah.
not modernized.
Yep.
It's like Chick-fil-A.
It's like Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Exactly.
Why are they closed on Sundays? What if I want some fucking nuggets?
What if
dude?
I want chicken?
What if I want chicken, bro?
What if I want the sauce?
Free money. Yo, church is only like 2 hours. Just open later.
I also
You guys know I went to my first mass ever this Easter.
Ever?
Yep, ever. Isn't that crazy?
What were your
I haven't been
thoughts?
to a mass in a very long time.
Me neither, but what were your thoughts?
If I was transgender, I would not have been walking in the doors. They would have kicked me out.
Yeah,
This
but-
was in
I
the
mean,
middle,
it
the
definitely
middle of
varies.
This was in the middle of bumfuck Michigan, bro. There was not a single person of color.
Oh,
it was
that's-
all
yeah.
whites. Everybody was in full suits, or like the women were in dresses. I wore like
that's a lot.
slacks and a button down because they told me to. I was with my
That's as
roommate.
transphobic as it gets.
I was so underdressed compared to everybody else. I couldn't believe it, and I thought I looked good.
It definitely
I was
depends
like,
on
oh,
the
no.
church, but yeah.
It was insane.
Overall,
Obviously, not
the
everybody
greatest
who
place.
follows a certain religion is gonna follow all of the ideas.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
But
Are you
but the
crazy? That's the
clergymen-
whole point. No.
But one other thing I want to touch on is like the ending of him talking about the hypocrisy of him kicking a white fan off stage for saying the
Yeah.
N-word while singing Mad City, while he
Yeah.
was still saying the F slur, and he was like, it would be hypocritical to not say all slurs should be treated equal. So like, he literally says, F word, F word, F word, we can say it together, but only if you let a white girl say the N-word. And then it ends.
What word?
The N-word.
No.
Anyway,
No.
that's Auntie Diaries, one of the most meaningful tracks on the album, probably. And I think the only
I don't
only
agree.
other album we need on the album, the only other song I feel like needs to be talked about is Mother I Sober.
Yeah, yo.
You guys know? You remember when Drake really interpreted this one well?
Yup.
Not knowing the song and then listening to Drake's interpretation, like, you are a moron. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
It's
for
honestly
Drake.
like it's not even like, oh, you gotta look into it.
Hard,
It's kind of
yeah.
spoon fed, bro.
He
Like,
literally
well,
says, "I said no."
Yeah, like
like 4 times.
Did it happen to me?
Did
I
he
said
touch
no.
you?
She didn't
I
believe
said
it.
no
Remember
again.
when you got molested? Are you fucking stupid?
She asked me if he touched me. I said no, he didn't.
Fucking idiot, dude. It's
And Drake
written
was
in
like-
the song.
He
Oh my
literally said,
God.
Kendrick's like, my mom said, did he touch you? I said he didn't. And Drake's like, oh my god, Kendrick got molested.
Yo,
And he's like, you let
Bro
me
got
talk about me
touched.
being a pedophile.
bro got touched. Oh my god. If he was a girl, I probably would have did it. Yo.
Family ties. They
That
accused
age,
my
bro?
cousin.
Anyway. So the song starts with Kendrick talking about his mother being physically assaulted by her cousin when he was 5 years old, and he talks about throughout the song feeling guilty for not intervening despite, being a
Being
5-year-old. And then he goes in a big chunk of the song is his mother being suspicious of Kendrick's cousin having molested him when it had never happened. And he said that just the questioning alone was enough to traumatize him, and it fucked him up kind of. And it's revealed later in the track that she was paranoid about it because when she was younger, I think he specified it was in Chicago or something.
Chicago,
She was molested herself. And yeah, that's not what Drake said happened. But the biggest message again at the end of the song, it's another one of those songs that builds up and crescendos at the end. He talks about black families needing to be more blunt about these types of issues, and referencing the historic sexual abuse black people have faced in America, all the way back to slave owners raping their slaves in front of their families, and as recent as how many rappers in the scene today were sexually abused at a young age, and how they hide their trauma behind their personas and riches. And the last
And then they do it
9
to other people.
bars of the third verse are so powerful. Just reusing the words I set free, etc., etc., etc. All the traumas in his life, his mother's life, and the listeners' lives. And at that point, the stepper sounds that have been going on, the whole tap dancing around the conversation, are heard for the last time in the album. Which is saying, we're not tap dancing around the conversation anymore, now we're talking real shit.
Very loud too, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Overpower.
Yeah, the ending of Mother I Sober is one of the most powerful moments on the entire album, in my opinion. And I think
Is
it's
this
just
second
a
to
very
last track?
good track. That's the second to last
Yeah.
track. Mirror is the final
The
track,
Mirror.
which is just kind of similar ideas of Savior, breaking down the Savior complex, being I'm human too,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. You can't just
Guy,
rely on
man.
Kendrick. He has his own life responsibilities, so you can't rely on him saving all of black people in rap music.
Yeah.
And he also mentions it takes individual efforts from everybody to actually see change in the world.
From everybody is
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
point.
Yes. And I think that kind of wraps us up.
Banger.
So it is
Remember to wrap it up. Don't forget about that.
true. Wear protection.
Very
Safe sex
true.
is great sex. Always wear a latex because you don't want that latex that
Yo,
I think I'm latex.
yo! Bars.
Matt, please tell me you know who that is.
I don't care enough.
It's Lil Wayne.
I don't care.
You've never
Lollipop
seen the
Wayne.
interview? They're little. They say that.
And he forgot. He was like, I said that shit.
Every
He's
time I
like- he's
think
like,
of Lil
"Damn,
Wayne,
that's
I
a
just,
bar."
I just think of the fucking pussy juice in the jacuzzi shit.
What about the G's in lasagna?
Yeah, real G's moving
Oh,
silence
yeah,
like
like
lasagna.
No,
Yeah.
Matt.
Anyway,
They say that latex bar to him, and he's like, he was like, damn, that's a bar. They're like, you wrote that. He's like, what?
I said
wrote
that shit. It's so
a
funny.
bar.
Anyway, that was my pick, which means Ethan is up next for our album of the week pick.
Yeah, what are we listening to?
So our very soon coming episode 16. So get ready to
We're
listen.
gonna be back on track, guys! Yay! Yay!
Are we combining the next 2 weeks of listening into that episode? Is that what we're
No.
doing?
No.
Nah.
No? Okay. Got it.
So what's
All
your
right,
pick,
my
sir?
pick. Food.
Food.
We're fucking busting that shit out.
Yo!
We're finishing-
Yo!
We're gonna have a fucking like determination on which
Ethan.
one is better.
W pick.
I know Dan just
Oh
listened
yeah,
to
he
it.
just bought it too.
Did he just buy it?
Yo!
How expensive is that?
Wasn't it like 40?
That's pretty oof.
But
But Dan,
vinyl, right?
I know you did just listen, but we have to come to a
no,
conclusion on which
I'm
one's
very
better.
happy you were gonna pick that because that was one of the ones I was contemplating picking.
I figured.
And I do want to get that reviewed on the pod sooner.
We
than
need
later, 'cause I
to. We
love
did
that
Mad
album.
Villainy long ago.
Yeah, we did Mad
At this
Villainy like
point.
episode
Pretty good.
3 or something.
2.5 hours for next episode that we
That's
got
not even
listening.
bad.
Pretty
That's
good.
not bad. I can do that tonight.
So listen
good.
to Food by Metal Face Doom
True.
by like 2 days from now. Or 1 day if we're fast enough.
I think we could do one, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Alright, fellas, that's going to wrap up this episode. I don't think we really have the opportunity to give a what we've been listening to segment because of how much music we had to get through this week.
I can. I was done with this 2 weeks early.
That's true. I've just been listening to Food, honestly.
I'll bust it down for you because I've been listening to a lot. I watched the Fallout show. All the music in that show is phenomenal. So I've had the like soundtrack on Spotify. Great show. Go watch it if you haven't. It's 8 episodes. Bro. It's very quick. I've been listening to a lot of Frank Sinatra and Ocean. Both of them have been
nice.
And then one of my Mexican homies put me on to Santana, who is so gas.
Oye, como va?
I love Santana's music now. And I think that's a majority. Santana's great.
I'm listening to a bit of Graduation.
Interesting.
Eventually, I want to do that on the pod, but maybe later and down the line. I've been listening to some more SZA. I went back and listened to Control. Oh,
I need to listen to Control.
So
do
gas,
I,
bro. I was listening to. I saw like on TikTok someone made like a house remix of Vent. From fucking
the Baby Keem song.
The Melodic
That's
Blue,
what I.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I that's what I was like. That's the first thing that comes to my head, but I did not think
that
Matt
shit
was gonna say
that shit was gas, bro. I'll show you that if you want, but that shit was
we can keep that.
And then like, besides that and like, New Music Friday, not much.
I do have to say, I still have had the Kendrick diss tracks on repeat.
Oh yeah.
But who
they're
hasn't?
in my playlist.
Oh yeah,
so
100%. Are you kidding me?
Whenever they
come about, they get played. They get their.
Except when I was trying to take a nap
or
today.
Not Like Us are ever going to be skipped by me.
I was trying to take a nap today and Meet the Grams came on. I was like, this is not going to put me to
I
sleep.
listened.
No, God.
I listened to this song. I don't know if you guys know this guy, Rome Streets.
That sounds familiar, but probably just because he was randomly featured on something.
I saw. I follow like Dissect podcasts on YouTube. They like just break down shit, and they were breaking down like he had like I think like 4 double entendres or some shit in like a bar.
Damn,
that's solid.
That's some Denzel Curry timing.
That song was fire as fuck. So I have that. It's called 92 Mike. I've had that in the rotation, and then DaBaby dropped a freestyle.
Oh, to Not Like Us, right?
That, and then he did
gas.
something called Walk Down Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah, he's been doing that.
The second half of that one that he posted, I think like from now it would be 2 weeks ago. So gas. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all I've been having in my
Alright, so that's it for this episode. And now we do plan on getting back to Not Set the Bars, hosted by Set the Bars, which we only have 1 episode of out on the podcast, because right after we started doing it, we got caught up. But we were going to catch up.
We all were finishing school.
I think, to say safely, I think after episode 18...
We're probably going to get back.
We will get back to that, and we're also
going
to start recording.
Like 4 or 5 ideas, so like
we're also going to start recording the podcasts in person at least some of the time. Hopefully more frequently than not, because I think that'll be more intimate and sexy. So look forward to that as well. And that's
shout out you guys for getting like almost 1,000 views on the last episode.
Thanks for the 1,000 views on episode 14 out of nowhere.
Just
Big
casually.
things.
And
It's because I put Baby Drake on the thumbnail.
True.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our listeners are on YouTube, but for those audio listeners, I know a good majority is Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just cause why not? I'm gonna try and get us on Google Podcasts, just cause. So if that's something you use, look out for that.
I'm giving little kisses to the audio listeners right now.
That's so cute. Love you guys.
Love you guys. All right, that's it. Episode 15. We will see you guys in a day or two after this comes out, which will probably be the night that we're recording it, to be honest, because we want to get this fucker out, because we are late than a bitch. These things have been out for almost 3 weeks.
3 weeks in 3 days. Let's do it, boys.
Let's
Come on.
fucking go.
It is only 8 days after the last video, though.
Yeah.
But-
Well, we are gone now. Deuces.
Peace.
Bye.